Welcome everyone to another Pokemon Go episode. In this episode, we're going to be doing a massive evolution session. So we do this on a weekly basis. This episode, we're going to do a bunch of EVs. We're going to do a Magikarp into another Gyarados, and then we're going to do a bunch of other ones that just so we can get that XP. So if you aren't familiar with my schedule or content, I do on Sundays, I release the Massive Evolution episode that you're watching right now. On Wednesday, typically I release the weekly battle videos, which everyone seems to like quite a bit. And then on Friday, I do my catches of the week. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to pull up my list here, pull up the Lucky Egg. I just hit level 30, so leveling up is not as critical. I'll show you the XP I'm at right now. I'm at 111 out of 500,000. I think I'll hit level 31 maybe end of next evolution session, because I didn't get to play that much Pokemon Go while I was in Atlanta. So if you don't know, I was in Atlanta. You can check out my catches of the week, the catches that I did. So hopefully I'll be able to play a little bit more. And as well, I'm going to do my 9-10 kilometer eggs. I'm going to release as a special video. Maybe I'll release this video on Saturday and instead of Sunday. Obviously, when you're watching, you'll know when I released it. But let's go ahead and get started. So the good thing is that I got 3 lucky eggs from going to level 30. So that's going to be really useful to use. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, it's about a second off. That's fine. Okay, let's start off with some not so interesting things. So if you're not familiar with the format that I do it, usually I do the not so exciting ones. So we're gonna do some Caterpies, some Weedle, some Pidgeys, then we'll move on to slightly more exciting things like Rattatas, Spearows, then we'll soon move on to other things. We'll basically move down the Pokedex based off the ones that we can evolve. So hoping to get around 63 evolutions in, and we're going to have some pretty exciting content for next week's catches of the week. So I've caught some pretty good Pokemon. You might be able to see them as we scroll down the list, but it was pretty good, So yeah, it seems like the weekly battle videos are the most popular. I'm just taking a look at the content, and thanks for everyone that subscribed this past week. I think we've gotten let's see how many subscribers we got the past week. I'm just checking out my YouTube analytics as we let this evolution session go. Last Caterpie. Let's see. The last week we've gained 33 subscribers. And that's from September 9th to September 15th, which is 2 days ago. So I know we gained about 3 subscribers over the last couple hours. So it's pretty good. Obviously, again, I appreciate all the kind comments, and everyone encouraged me to do more and more videos. Obviously, that's super helpful. Obviously, liking, subscribing, telling people about my content is always super useful, because I want to know, is this interesting to you? Is it interesting to for you to see me go along my Pokemon Go journey? It's been a great game and a lot of fun. Met a lot of really great people. Seen a lot of cool things. So it's been pretty spectacular. So we're gonna do a bunch of Weedles, just so we can get the XP. This is the best way to level up. And level up really quickly is to throw on a lucky egg, do the massive evolutions, and you can do that with the lucky eggs that you have or you gain, or that you can gain through battle. So we're going to we're gonna do a couple more. So it's a really great way, and if you're not familiar with them, sure my subscribers are. I'm a free to play player. I haven't bought any Poke Coins in the game. Not because I'm against it, but mostly to encourage others that don't have the opportunity to buy the Poke Coins that they can also complete their Pokedex. So I completed my North American Pokedex, which I'm sure a lot of you already know. But just wanted to encourage you. But I also do think that is much more efficient to level up in the game and get strong Pokemon through purchasing things like incubators, which is good when you're a higher level, and then lucky eggs when you're at a lower level. Like you can just zip through to level 20 in no time if you catch things like Caterpies, Weedles, Pidgeys. Those are very cheap evolutions. There's actually a new, we call it like grinding spot, where basically you grind XP, and you do that by catching things like Weedles, Caterpies, Pidgeys, and just get enough so that you can evolve them. So it is so we got a new spot. I think there's like 5 lures that you can reach in one spot. It doesn't, the only good thing that spawns there that I at least like is EVs. And EVs are, if you're not out there catching like rare Pokemon like Dragonites and Lapras and Snorlax, EVs are your best friend. EVs, especially if you get a Vaporeon, super strong. Super duper. Oh, this is a level 30 Pidgey. Yeah, that's. I wonder what the strongest Pidgey you can get at level 30, 100%. Let me take a look. Actually, no, I'll take a look later, because this is pretty high up. I think I saw a 501 Pidgey. Obviously ran away. Maybe I should have threw a Great Ball instead of a Pokeball. Yeah, some pretty high Pidgeys here. So we'll do a bunch of Pidgeys. Let's take a look at the timer. So it's about 5 minutes in. We might do like a dozen Pidgeys, then move on, do other cool evolutions, then come back and do some more Pidgeys as we get closer to the time being up. So speaking previously about EVs, so EVs are really great. You should definitely catch them. They definitely result in really easy evolutions. So what I mean by that is it only takes 25 candies. Typically for Pokemon that only evolves once, it typically takes 50 candies. So think of your Growlithe, Ponytails, the exception being like Rattatas. For whatever reason, I actually don't know why. Maybe because they're so common and there gives you incentive to actually catch them. So EVs, if they can turn to Vaporeon and Water Gun Hydro Pump, that is an amazing Pokemon. You can use that to take down Snorlaxes pretty easily. You can use, Snorlax is probably the best one. Obviously, any fire Pokemon, any bug Pokemon, I believe, as well. So if you encounter like a Nidoking or a Nidoqueen, it's an excellent Pokemon to use against it. And as well, it generally has like a pretty good multiple. So I think it's like 2.5 times. So if you get like even if you get like a 600 EV, that's gonna go to like 1500 easily. So that's like a really great Pokemon to use and put in gyms and be higher up in level gyms, and more likelihood that you're gonna hold on to those gyms for quite a while. So those are like definitely catch EVs, especially if you can. If you're not fortunate enough to hatch Lapras or Snorlax or near Dratini Nest or Spawn Point, however you want to phrase it, then EVs are definitely your best option. Another good option that I like, that I think is another great Pokemon that can has a lot of really great movesets is and that I find is fairly common if you're near water. Some of you may not be near water, but Slowbro, the evolution of Slowpoke, again has a really great multiple. You can catch some really strong ones out in the wild. So a lot of times, like, that's people's strongest Pokemon, especially when early on in the game, and it has a lot of really good movesets. So it can learn Psychic moves. It can learn Water Gun. Can I learn? Not. Let's see. Actually, here, Slowbro, Pokemon Go. Let's see here. I think it can learn Psychic, but I'm trying to think. I think maybe it's Water Pulse, which Water Pulse is not that great a move. But let's take a look here after I run this next evolution. So let's see here. So it can learn Confusion, Water Gun. Water Gun being 15 DPS, damage per second, because it has a stab bonus. And so does Confusion, but Confusion's a little bit weaker, takes a longer time. I like Water Gun because it's quick attack. It's a very quick move, so it being quick allows you to more easily dodge. So let's take a look here. So it can learn Ice Beam, Psychic, Water Pulse. Psychic is by far the strongest at 24.6 DPS with Stab, followed by Ice Beam at 17.8, which is not bad. Then followed by Water Pulse, so 13.3. So that's interesting that all of Slowbro's moves are no except for Ice Beam. Sorry, except for Ice Beam. The only exception, yeah, Ice Beam's the only exception. I have to say all its moves has stab bonus, but no, not Ice Beam. But Ice Beam might be a little bit of a surprise, especially if you're fighting a Dragonite. So those are good ones. Obviously, Pidgeot with I think Wing Attack, Hurricane. Let's see here, Pidgeot. Oh, I don't know how to spell. Pidgeot. Let's see here. Let's see here. So Pidgeot. Let's see here. So the best attack is Wing Attack, and then Hurricane. So it's actually really good. Actually, rank with Stab. It's Wing Attack is number 4, and then Hurricane is number 5, I believe. Number 5, 31.3. So that's another really good one. So if you can get a pretty high CP Pidgeot, it goes up to max CP is 2091. So it can get pretty decent. So you can probably get like a 1400 Pidgeot pretty easily, especially as you encounter these stronger Pokemon. So, and plus you can get Pidgey Candy so easily, so you should be able to max out Pidgeot pretty easily. So if you have one that has good IVs, has Wing Attack being like a 15 versus 11.3 is not earth shattering, but it's quite a bit since that's the most common move that you're going to be using. And then Hurricane, you definitely want a Hurricane because Hurricane is 31.3 versus Aerial Ace, which is 12.9, and Air Cutter, which is 11.4. So 2 moves to consider, but definitely you want Hurricane. Hurricane is one of the best power moves. So that's a really great Pokemon. Easy encounters. You're gonna see a lot of them. And I'm trying to think. I guess you can get Raticate with. Let's actually move on to some more exciting ones. You can get Raticate with Bite, Hyper Beam, which is Raticate knowing Hyper Beam is definitely very powerful. So that's another good Pokemon that's very common that you can definitely consider using. So let's go down to Rattatas. I just have one. I already have 2 Rattatas with a good moveset. Oh. Yeah, I've been getting like a good amount of subscribers, which is good. Happy to have more people watch and be engaged in the community. Maybe we can do some live stream at some point. If you guys want a live stream, let me know. That's a pretty high CP Raticate. 1,000, over 1,000. That's I think my first over 1,000. We have some pretty strong Spearows here. There are a lot of Spearows in Atlanta. Like, at least in the areas that I was in, like they were probably more common than Pidgeys, which is not good because Spearows are expensive evolves. 50 candies versus 12. You definitely want Pidgeys over Spearows any day of the week. And it's not like Fearow is even a good evolve, so it's not. There's like very little reason why you would want a Fearow over a Pidgey. So again, Pidgeys may be really common, but don't overlook them because they can be like pretty decent Pokemon, and as well, they're easy on the evolution. So we'll do one more, and then we'll move on to Jigglypuff. So Jigglypuff depends on where you're from. If it's common, that's great because Wigglytuff with Pound, Hyper Beam is beastly, like really, really strong. I've used like a 1900 one to take out like 2200 Snorlaxes. It's a really great Pokemon to have. So let's go down to here. You can see my beast Clefables. So this Jigglypuff, I think, also hatched from a 5k egg. I already have actually, my weaker Wigglytuff has Pound Playrough. Playrough is a good defensive move, but you're not gonna stick a Wigglytuff in a gym unless it has like pretty. Okay, that's even worse. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's do these Zubats again. I'm not too concerned about saving Zubat candy for Crobat ultimately in Gen 2. One, because I don't think Gen 2 is going to come out this year. I think it's going to come out next year, given that they still haven't rolled out the game to all the different regions they want, like South Asia, like India, for example, and some other places. So I'm not too worried about that. Plus, I encounter enough Zubats that what the heck? Oh, okay, it's weird. Okay, that's the second time that's done that. It's froze my game, which is unfortunate because I'm gonna lose about 30 seconds waiting for this to occur. So let's see here. So let me know what you think about this content. Do you still like seeing the weekly evolution session? I know there's not any new Pokemon, so it's takes away from a little bit of the excitement of it, but hopefully you still like the content, still think it's interesting. So we have 14 minutes left on this lucky egg. We're on Zubat. So if you have any other ideas like that you've seen from other content creators or original ideas that you have, certainly happy to hear about it. Because obviously I want to produce some good content for you, and these sessions are good because I could sit down, just chat, tell you what's on my mind in regards to Pokemon and what I'm excited about. So okay, let's go down to, I don't think I can do a Paris, but I can do this very beastly Venonat. 835, it's a level 30 Venonat. I think it's only really strong. So I think its IVs are between 66 and 82, so nothing too crazy from the IV point of view, but its CP is nuts. It's like crazy once you hit level 30. Like you run into all these like maxed out Pokemon. Oh, 1500, wow, just towers over my other one. Let's do one more, because whatever, like Venonats, Venomoths are not good Pokemon to use. So that's an example of one where there's almost no use case where you would actually use Venomoth, unless you guys can tell me otherwise. Part of that is also that I don't think it has a good charge attack or secondary attack, or however you want to defend it. Oh, Psychic is actually not bad. I don't know if it's a Psychic Pokemon though. Okay, we still have some pretty strong Psyducks. 807, that might be my strongest. That should be my strongest Psyduck that I've caught. Above 800 is pretty crazy. So I'm gonna guess it's gonna go to like 1900. Maybe it's too high. 1831, yeah. Okay, it's definitely my strongest one. Let's do one more just because we have the candy. Again, tons of Psyducks. That might be my strongest Psyduck unless I get a higher IV one, which and at level 30, which could probably gonna be decently rare. But I do catch a lot of Psyducks, so it may happen. So there you go. It's not bad. Okay, let's take this Poliwag to Poliwrath. It's only really strong, but I just want a Poliwag with a great moveset. I want Bubble Hydro Pump. Bubble Hydro Pump would be great because Bubble is a really strong quick attack. It's not actually that quick, so it's kind of ironic that I'm calling it that, but either way. Oh shoot, what am I doing? It's not gonna be that strong. I think it's gonna be like 1600 when I evolve it, but if it has a good moveset, I have enough candy, potentially enough Stardust to actually go and power it up. We're actually gonna go and power up Snorlax because I have a 95% or 95% and 96%, however you want to say it. Okay, another not so great move set. Okay, let's go down here. So we're gonna take Bellsprout. This Bellsprout has higher IVs than the other one. Obviously, the other one has pretty high CP, which would have been great to evolve if it had also had high IVs. But I must have deleted my Victory Bells, which was unfortunate because it had Solar Beam, but its IVs weren't that great. So I'm also gonna have to transfer one of my, I think. Shoot, which one is it? Okay, I'm gonna transfer this other guy, and then evolve this one to Victory Bell. Shoot, which one is it? Okay, yeah, perfect. It's this one. I hope. Either way, it can battle with the best of them. So its IVs are good, above 82%, which is usually my requirement to spend, especially send this much candy. Razor Leaf, Solar Beam, or I think that's the move that you want. Sludge Bomb. Okay, both poison, benefit from stab. Oh well. Okay, next time. Okay, I have this 91% Slowpoke. So if it gets a good moveset, which I think was Water Gun, Psychic, but Ice Beam was okay as well. We'll see. I'll decide later what to do with it if it does. 91% IVs is pretty good. It has Water Gun, Psychic, which I think has the highest DPS. Okay, we can't do that one. We can't do that one. We can do a Drowsy. I'm gonna instant transfer this Drowsy after I evolve it, and then we're gonna do a Goldeen, and then we're gonna do a bunch of EVs, and then we're gonna do a Magikarp. So lots of really exciting ones on the deck. Then we're gonna finish off with Pidgeys and do some powering up, especially with my Snorlax. So Snorlax should be a pretty insane one. So okay. Drowsy, we're gonna do Goldeen next. This Goldeen is pretty strong again, level 30, which is crazy to me. Like its bar is almost full. Has like obviously 1.5 levels because it's your max Pokemon level is your level plus 1.5, and the max Pokemon that you can catch though is your level in terms of levels. So Drill Run is a awful moveset, so his is pretty strong. Okay, let's do this Magikarp. Has 91% IVs. Not the craziest Magikarp in the world, but again, I catch enough Magikarps, especially being by the water, so I'm not too fussed on this one. Let's take a look at this Gyarados. Hopefully Bite, Hydro Pump. Bite, Hydro Pump. I'd love Bite, Hydro Pump. Okay, Dragon Balls is okay. Another 2000 plus CP Pokemon, which is good. Here comes the scary one. If I get a Vaporeon, it will be amazing. If I get a Vaporeon with Hydro Pump, Water Gun Hydro Pump. No. 93% EV down the drain. Hopefully knows Thundershock. Thunder, okay, that's a good one. 1800. That's pretty insane. Let's do these other EVs just for the XP. These are pretty strong EVs. Nothing like my yeah, that's a good Jolteon. You know what? I'm happy about that. Especially if I'm gonna train up against Vaporeons, that's gonna be pretty decent as long as I dodge like crazy. So we get a Vaporeon here. Okay, if it has I'm gonna transfer that. Actually, maybe I'll keep it 2200. I should put the move set just so that I know. Maybe I'll do. We'll see if I do the other ones. I do have a lot of EV candy, but I'm not too fussed. Okay, so I got Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon. Okay, I'm gonna transfer this Flareon though, because I don't need it. How much candy do I have? I have 206. Okay. let's do one more. Then I think that's it. I'm gonna do my cutoff going forward on EVs at 800, since the max EV that I can encounter is like 920 or 923 or something like that. So I'm definitely gonna transfer this Flareon. So I'm not gonna do any more EVs. It's just a waste of candy, especially if I eventually okay, let's go back up. Let's do some more Pidgeys. We have about 6 minutes left, so let's do these Pidgeys, and then after this, let's evolve our or not evolve, power up our Snorlax, our 95% Snorlax. I think I can get it to about 2700. Having a 2700 Snorlax would be insane. So let's keep going. I have a bunch of Pidgey candy. Hopefully we'll get like 63,000. I guess we start at 111. So if I get to 170 or yeah, no more than 170. 180 or 175. That'd be pretty good. I doubt I'm gonna get that far because I've been not as proficient on these evolves as I'd like. About 5 more minutes of evolving these Pidgeys, and after the video, I'm gonna transfer a bunch of these, just so I can save the Pokedex space. I am doing my 10K tomorrow, which you probably already know, or not tomorrow. Whenever you see this video, you'll know. So I am gonna do it, and there is a chance, I don't know if it's gonna happen, that I might get a Mr. Mime, because I think one of my 10K eggs is from the UK. So comment in the comment section below and wish me luck that I get a Mr. Mime, especially if you made it this far in the video. It's pretty awesome if you did. So let's do this Pidgeys. I have about 4 minutes or so left, so we're gonna do a bunch more Pidgeys. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about that Jolteon. Actually, I don't have like a crazy Jolteon, so that's as pretty much as crazy as you can get when it comes to Jolteons. When it comes to evolving them, I would have loved a 2400 Vaporeon, but you know, it is what it is. I could always power up one of my Vaporeons, but it's kind of a waste of Stardust, to be honest, since I'm probably going to encounter another 900 Eevee at some point in time, so I can do that kind of crazy evolve then. Bite, Dragon Pulse was okay. I guess it's another 2000 CP Pokemon, so I can put that in a gym or use that, especially as I find as I'm starting to put more of my Pokemon in stronger gyms and they tend to last longer. Then I don't have use of my strong Pokemon, so my gym battling is not quite as effective. I'm like pretty amazed at how much you guys like the gym battling. It's pretty awesome, actually. I love doing the gym battles. I didn't think it would actually catch on that much, so I'm pretty happy with that. I appreciate the comments and feedback around it. It does take a little while. It can take upwards of an hour and a half if it's a really strong gym. But usually, if it's a decently strong gym and I can get through all 10 Pokemon, and they don't have like a million Snorlaxes, then I can get through it in like an hour or so. So I'm actually thinking about posting on some, like talking with some people on Facebook and saying like, hey, like if you have a really strong gym that you want me to take down from Team Valor or Mystic, then let me know. Obviously, I have nothing against people who are Valor or Mystic. They're just teams at the end of the day, but those are the only gyms I can fight, so that's why I would ask them if there's any Valor or Mystic gyms that you want me to take down. So let's check the timer. We have about 2 minutes left. So let's just grind through these Pidgeys. Again, I'm hoping maybe next Sunday. That would mean I would have to get... No, that's a little bit too ambitious. Maybe like a week and a half from now, I would get it. because I mean I have to get like 320,000 experience, which is a lot in 1 week. So I could, if I subtract like 70 from it for the evolve that I'm gonna do on the Sunday, so that's like 250,000, which is a lot. It's a lot. It's like that's a lot. So, but I'm gonna do my lucky eggs. Not my lucky eggs. My 9-10k eggs, which is give me a decent amount of experience, but nothing to the magnitude that I would need. Something to think about. Okay, so we have about a minute left, and then we'll go ahead and power up some of my Pokemon. So we're gonna do our 95% Snorlax is gonna be crazy and insane. I'm waiting for a crazy Lapras. We'll see. And I'm not too fussed if because I know I'm hatching 9-10k eggs. If I get 100% Snorlax, then I'm gonna power that one up as well. And I'm walking around Snorlax, so eventually I'll get enough candy for it. It'll take a while, but I'd rather have now like a 2600 Snorlax, something like pretty crazy. So this is probably gonna be our last one. I don't think I'll have enough time. I did start the timer slightly late, so I don't think I got enough time to do one more evolve. Yeah, definitely not. It's gonna be like yeah, no, I'm not. Okay, so let's just check how much XP I'm having. I'm hoping 175,000. Let's see here. 176,000. Okay, so decent. So we did like 65,000 in that session. That's pretty good. So just added 32 there. So let's go up here. And then I think this is my my 95% one. About HP and defense are great, and I think the attack is 13 or something like that. So let's power this guy up. It's gonna use a lot of Stardust, but it's gonna be worth it. So I just have to keep remembering which one it is. I don't want to power up the wrong one. That would be horrible if I did, because these other ones don't have good IVs. And I know Body Slam is better than I think it's this one. Nope, it's this one. So now this is my strongest Snorlax. I know that Body Slam is better than Hyper Beam, but it's not too big a difference. So let's see here. It's definitely going to be my strongest Pokemon that's not a Dragonite, which should make sense because like Snorlax has the second highest CP potential out of all the Pokemon that are available. This is in Headbutt. So let's keep powering this up. And then yep, there you go. It's moving up the list. I don't think it's gonna pass my third strongest Dragonite, but I might as well go all the way. I think it's at level 30 now, so it's gonna get half the potential CP that it can. So if I had one more candy, which I'm decently close to, I could power that up, but I'm probably not gonna power it up anymore. But now we have a 2662 Snorlax. That's crazy. If I can get a couple more candies, looks like I'll need about 5 more candies, which is about 25 kilometers. I should be able to do that by our next evolution session. So by then I'll have a 2700 Snorlax, or maybe well, by then, because that's when I'm gonna do my power up so I can record it. Or I'm gonna hatch a Snorlax tomorrow, or whenever I post the 9-10k egg video. We'll see. If I hatch a Snorlax, that will be insane. But we'll see. I don't want to wish for too much, but this 2600 Snorlax is gonna be amazing. I'm hoping to hatch a Lapras. That's my number one goal. I'm willing to take one Lapras. Really 90 plus IVs, a Frost Breath. Sorry, it's kind of a tongue twister. And Blizzard, and get 8 Jinxes. I would totally be happy with that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when I hatch those 9-10 eggs. Either way, it's not too big a deal. I do have some decent Laprases, as you guys already know if you watch my weekly catches and hatches video. But I'm gonna leave it at that. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more Pokemon Go content, don't forget to subscribe. And I look forward to posting more Pokemon Go content. And thank you, and have a good night.